do you think the Let's Plays kind of died down? Because I know there's the exception of like CoryxKenshin, or I think maybe even Queso too, who can kind of do that. Because like I think Cory does like some crazy editing, and it's like he was known for putting that into the platform. So like people just get excited because he's also the type who like brings in like 5 episodes and then leaves for a year. So they're like, oh,
yeah,
man, time to bitch out
Cory,
this content.
the Cory, yeah. I mean, I think what's interesting, I always start with a side tangent, but I promise it'll come back to the main point. A lot of people like to give advice. Like a general, I remember when I was initially growing, I really like researched this stuff, and a lot of things that I heard was like, oh, what do your favorite creators do? Like try to like understand that and mimic that in a way. And I think it's actually like not good advice. You have to be more specific, because, or I'm stupid, which is always a possibility, because what I would do is I would take away the wrong things. Like I'm like, oh, I really like this creator's intro, and intros are just not good anymore.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that, so I was like, oh, all these people that I watch have intros, let me make my own. And I think someone like CoryxKenshin, they're from a different era, like when they initially blowed up, and it's kind of weird for them to change their style and whatnot. So sometimes you have people that can just get away with like doing the same shtick for a while, because they're just like, you know, there's a certain threshold that you pass where you're just like, I'm that guy, I'm that big. Obviously you'll have to adapt at some point, but I think for the greater, like the bigger established creators, that timeline is a lot more different. So all that's to say is I think like people like Markiplier, I don't even know if Markiplier is still doing them, or like Cory, they can still do the regular like 2017 Let's Play and make bank off of that and do completely fine. But I think Let's Plays are dead for a couple reasons. I think live streaming is the biggest one. If you look at it at like a pretty, like a pros and cons, like a Let's Play, you can have editing, but most of them really didn't. And then if you edit a Let's Play enough, it's not really considered a Let's Play anymore. But I think the big thing about Let's Plays was the interaction, the feeling of like, oh, I'm just like watching this person play a game. It has that comfy feeling of like watching a friend while they play like on the same couch in a really weird, gross parasocial way. Not criticizing Let's Plays or live streams and saying that. It just sounds weird when I say it. But with a live stream, you do that, but also it's in real time, and you can like talk to the creator and actually like see yourself on screen in a way, if they have the chat up there, you know, or have the person actually like respond to you. So I just like, I think if you put it in a very pragmatic sense like that, it makes sense that this more popular and new thing will just make the old thing obsolete. I also think YouTube is becoming so saturated with new people. It's never been so easy to make things online, to where naturally the threshold of like making better things has gone up, if that makes sense. And that's just gonna happen in any medium, because people complain about that with YouTube, like, oh, YouTube's better. I kind of push back on that idea a little bit, because you can see it with television, right? Like the sitcom was the king of TV in like the 2000s, the 90s. But then once studios got better, once the technology got better, once more people had better ideas, now you'll see like TV shows that are just like super long movies, like Game of Thrones, you know? And so it's just natural that like things are gonna be better, and like when enough people are doing something, only those that have like a higher production value or like have more unique ideas are gonna like climb more, while like the things that everyone else is doing are going to become a little bit more obsolete. So I think it's just like a natural form of art progressing, as well as the live stream kind of just making them obsolete.
Production value, like your recent video was like 3.5 hours, was it?
Yeah, that was tough. I mean, I don't think length really equals production value, but that still was like a 3.5 hour video that was like edited, had music, had a story.
Pikmin 4, yeah. Pikmin 4 was
yeah, it's a long game. It's a long game.
I was just like, dang. And you know what's funny? So I had watched one of your live streams or something, and you're like, dang, I don't know who has the patience to watch a 7-hour retrospective, right? And then here you are making like a 4-hour video game thing. But then I go back to find the retrospective, and I see one that's like 42 hours. That's like, wait, YouTube could upload 42-hour video?
Quitting reviews. I think that's what I was talking about.
Yes, I didn't want to mention the name because I didn't know if you wanted me to, but yes. And I was just like, bro, just really uploaded a 42-hour retro. That's insane. I was just like, what? And then there's people watching it. I was just like, I guess retrospectives are like now the thing. I was just like, oh my goodness, like, but like it's funny because like you could watch a whole TV series and be like, oh yeah, that was nothing. But then when you watch a retrospective, it's like 8 hours instead of just watching it myself. I don't know. It's just a kind of funny concept to think about. So
it's yeah, it's interesting. I think now YouTube, we're living in a weird era where like it really rewards length again. It was like, I remember when I first started, it was all about making things really short.
Yes.
Because retention was king, but now it's about like watch time. That's kind of lame about modern YouTube. Okay, I mean, I'm personally benefiting from it right now because I like making like hour-long videos. I just think it like provides an experience where the viewer can walk away feeling something a lot more. Because you have more time to develop things, you have more time to convey like a story, make emotion, blah 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 blah. But yeah, I mean with Quentin, that's kind of like that's become his niche. It's like, I'm gonna become the super long video guy, and like it kind of worked for him. You know, love it or hate it, it worked for him. So you gotta respect it.
Yeah.
In terms of my last video, I never like. I mean, I've only recently. That video was actually a wake-up call. I kind of got like a nice beautiful crash out recently because I've been doing too much and my personal life has taken a back seat. And with the videos that I make, it's just becoming like too much on my health and like too many all-nighters and stuff.
Yeah.
The Pikmin video, I had this vision of, it was like a long-standing series that I've been doing, a big one in fact. And so I was like, okay, I'll make this big finale. It'll be cool. It'll be really long. Pikmin 4 is a really long game and it's hard to cut out so many things. I definitely could have cut out more, but I think the problem with that video is it became so long to where it gave the vibe of like I'm submitting this essay without like looking it over at the last minute and like just praying for that A-, and I think that's what I got, but that doesn't mean I'm really proud of it. But I think it was just, yeah, that was particularly it for me, was a product of like disorganization and not knowing what to cut out of it. Because sometimes it's hard to make that decision. I mean, it's like, how much do you cut out to where like the video loses its identity? It's a decision a lot of people have to make, I think, or not. Maybe it's just me. But yeah, that's how that video came to be, and it worked. People loved it, and it did well for me. It's still doing pretty decent. But I don't know. I'm like, okay, let's not do this for a while. Like, if I want to do this, let's like make it have proper planning and whatnot. So. But it's, again, people are afraid. I think even though that video succeeded in a way, I think it failed for me in a personal way, and thus it's like that was an important failure because now I can like learn from that moving forward, which is cool.